Hello, Suvarna ma'am. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Hi, Jignesh. Thank you. I'm doing very well. Hope you are also safe and your team is also safe at home.
Yes, ma'am. We're doing good. So, ma'am, our first question would be, what is the outlook for the FMCG sector, ma'am?
When it comes to the outlook for the sector, so Q1 FY21 was clearly skewed towards the staples segment led by its essential nature and agile execution. While the discretionary companies, excluding the paints and ITC, posted a sharp miss on the already weak street and our estimates, and high EBITDA losses dragged by sharp scale deleverage and gross margin contraction. So what we feel, at Axis Securities, although the near-term commentary was positive in terms of recovery, especially on the staples side, we believe that the staples companies will continue to be a better bet for the investors going ahead, given that there is a lot of uncertainty on the lockdown, and also there have been seen sporadic and vertical lockdowns in a lot of states at the local and regional level that can, impact the performance for discretionary companies. So staples would be a safe bet during these uncertain times. We feel that.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, recently all the FMCG companies have announced their quarterly results. What is your reading of the same?
Yeah, so if we look at the quarterly results that just concluded, for Q1 of FY21, like I mentioned earlier, the staples companies have delivered an all-round beat across our coverage universe, excepting for Nestle and Varun Beverages, where, we have seen lower than our estimate performances due to, for Nestle, it was because of some supply disruptions. Whereas Varun Beverages, clearly the peak season got impacted because of the lockdown and shutdown of operations, right? But on the staples side, if we see companies like Britannia, Imami, Jyoti Labs, HUL and ITC reported modest revenue beat, whereas on the operational front, it was a big beat versus our estimates and the street estimates. Coming to the discretionary part of it, if you look at ITC, right? So ITC's performance both on the cigarette business and in the FMCG and non-FMCG part of it, again there was a good beat if we see, and we expect that the performance can continue going forward as well. Now coming to paints, this was a big positive surprise for us because the paint majors performance was driven by volume growth, right? So paints also did quite well and surprised positively. Whereas if we look at some of the retail names which are under our coverage, like fashion retailers like Bata or Relaxo, and discretionary luggage players like VIP and Safari, we see that these companies have reported really muted set of numbers, given their discretionary nature and the pressure on consumption spends that have been seen. So on the whole, again, we've seen that staples have done better compared to some of the discretionary names. And lastly, Titan, if we see, while the top line was pretty much in line with the estimate, there has been an operational miss because of the scale deleverages that we are seeing. But we expect that going forward, things should kind of pan out well for the company, given that festive season is around the corner. So overall, staples did better, but we would hold our guards on the discretionary front because there is still some uncertainty that has been seen.
Sure.
Although these discretionary stocks have done better in the recent 2 to 3 trading sessions.
Right, ma'am. Ma'am, what are your top picks in the sector from a medium to long-term perspective?
Yeah, so see, these picks that we have in the sector from a medium to long-term perspective are again plays which have huge scope to kind of grow their distribution network, leverage on their brand, penetrate further into the categories. So Britannia Industries, ITC, CCL products are the top picks in the staples space, While if you look at the low ticket discretionary side, we like Varun Beverages and Relaxo Footwear, where, we feel that the upcoming festive season will have some hope for these companies in terms of earnings growth, given the low indulgence spending that the consumers will want to undertake during the festive period.
Ma'am, any targets that you have in terms of, the segment for the sector or, for the stocks?
Yeah. So on Britannia, we have a target price of 4,300. On ITC, our target price stands at 30 rupees per share. On CCL products, our rating was of a buy with a target price of 271. And we are soon likely to see some upgrades over here on CCL products. On Varun Beverages, we remain positive, and it is one of our top picks. And we have a target price of 804 rupees per share, while on Relaxo, we have a 697 rupees per share of target price.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your time. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thanks, Jignesh, and wish you a good day.
Yes, ma'am.